Hey everybody, this is Caesar with Small Engine Velocity coming at you with another video on getting the Ruckus ready for spring. I know in the previous video I said that what I wanted to do was order the gasket kit before I took the head apart, but then that line of thinking is flawed because what if in the engine I have a problem with a piston ring, the piston, the head, or something just looks damaged? Then that just means I have to order something else again later on and wait even longer to get those parts in. So what I've decided to do is go ahead and take apart the top end all the way down to the cylinder to inspect to see what it looks like. If it looks bad, then we'll take the whole thing apart and inspect it further if needed. I wasn't planning on doing this, but now that my garage is clean and it's not super cold outside, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. So before we begin, for some reason I love doing this. I'm pointing at you. Let's start the video. Let's start the intro. All right, so if you look behind me, we have the Ruckus motor off of the bike and on the stand with everything perfectly sitting right here. I already went ahead and took the carb, cleaned it out, and cleaned out the jets, dried it up, put it off to the side so that we can mess with that later on so I don't have to, that's one less piece that I have to worry about later. So let's go ahead, set up the camera, and we'll go ahead and start taking apart that head, the top of the engine. Okay, so I know it says Taita here, but it is not a Taita. This was given to me by actually Ruck City Customs, whose shirt I'm wearing today. I don't know if you noticed that in the intro video, but let's do the first thing. Let's take out this spark plug, 3/8 spark plug. I'm facing the wrong way. I never, left, okay, yeah. You know what Brad likes to say? He doesn't say clockwise, counterclockwise. He says clockwise and anti-clockwise. Does anyone else do that, or is he just sound like someone from Europe? Spark plug's a little bit hard to come out. Anyways, there we go. We'll put this off to the side. The Allens that I used here are 5mm. There is 4. Let's loosen them first. Why? I don't know. Just oh, this one. Oh yeah, it's because we had a ground on there earlier. All right, so let's take them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did use a gasket seal on here and it looked like it worked pretty good. I didn't actually use a gasket, so. Oh no, there is a gasket. It's just, it peeled off and it didn't look awesome like I wanted it to, but it's okay. Now this looks relatively super clean, considering I haven't really done too much with it. You know what, I didn't drain the oil, but I think I should be okay to at least take this part off. So, valves seem set right with my A12 cam, I think I put on here. Anyways, let's take the 8mm socket and go ahead and pull off the head. 1, 2, oh, these up here, duh. I'm like, wait a minute, I took off the wrong ones. No, I needed to take those off on this side too. All right, let me get make sure it's on loosen. I don't want to lose these washers and nuts. Take them off in a cross pattern, although taking them off in a cross pattern isn't absolutely necessary, but it's good to keep yourself in that habit. So those are the 6 things holding the head down. Got these 2 that were on this side that you can't see, and then you got the 4 on the top up here. By the way, this is the piece between this and the head is where I was leaking oil. All right. I got it to come off. I had to use a little bit of persuasion. Make sure I don't misplace. Last time I forgot to put these in and I wondered why my thing was rocking around all over the place. Well, it's because I lost the alignment pegs. So valves come off, or not valves, rockers come off. Oh, shoot. I let it fall apart. So there you go. It's off. I gotta take the timing chain off, and I forgot to do the chain tensioner. Once I take the chain tensioner off, then it'll take tension off the chain, just like the word implies, and then this should be loose enough for me to take off. I'm gonna make sure I put all the screws in place so I don't lose them. Take the timing chain off, which means I have to time this all over again. Yay. This is my A12 cam that I put in here, and I was able to take this off. So let's inspect something. I want to show you something that I see in here. So here's the big valve head, and you'll notice, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of like weird burny marks on it, but notice across this side, you can see where it looks like it's been getting past here. Like, cause notice how it's all sealed up. The burnness is all the way, it stays limited to the gasket, but right here, there's burnness. So I was obviously losing something out of here, and then you can kind of see the pattern come out here too. So yes, this was not put on properly by me. So maybe we can, I don't know. It looks, I mean, obviously I have to redo the head gasket, but let's take a look at the rest of it. Okay, I see the problem now. So if you take the head gasket off, look right here. The head gasket is literally blown apart. So that's the reason why it was leaking, and I was getting bad compression and probably not getting the speed that I could. Apart from that, if you look at the cylinder itself, sorry it's not as bright as it is, it's a little bit dirty. I mean, that's normal carbon buildup. You can't see it, but the cylinder walls are smooth. I taught you guys that whenever you take the timing chain out, to put a zip tie through here and make it a big old loop, because it prevents it from sliding back into the block, where then you have a super hard time working on this. Okay, so back to the piston. So the piston seems to move back and forth just fine. As a matter of fact, it looks like, here, you tell me. I don't know if you can see it, but see that dark ring on the piston? Watch the piston come out. So the piston comes out, that's where the dark ring is, right? But then the piston moves out further. So what does that tell me? That tells me that either the piston, the ignition is happening away from top dead center. That stinks. Okay, so it was already coming off the stroke, so I was getting less compression in my ignition in the cylinder. This is really good information. So let's review what we've discovered so far, which is really great stuff. I'm actually pretty excited about it. But look at that. That's the head gasket, which was blown, probably because perhaps the piston was firing on the upstroke rather than the downstroke. That's why I have that dark ring. That's why there's this dark ring right here that's before the piston is all the way up. I don't know if it's been firing as it's compressing or if it's firing as it's decompressing, or on the expansion stroke. Wow, that just, I can't even believe that it looks like that. Okay, so awesome. We discovered, when I was taking apart this motor, I wasn't hopeful that I was gonna find anything other than just, I'm a horrible tuner. Now, when we found this broken gasket and the ring in the chamber that's showing me that it's detonating either too early or too late, kind of puts me in the mindset that I need to, I'm really glad that I did this. So I think the next time, before I close this thing up and cover this back up again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and move it to top dead center and then mark it myself over here so that I know exactly where top dead center is before I put it back together, and maybe I'll get it right. This is the difference between someone who does this professionally and someone who's an amateur like myself. I'm sure Lee from Ruckus City does this perfectly every single time. That's why he can get 75, 80 miles per hour out of his Ruckus. But anyways, great. I'm glad that we did this. Stay tuned for more videos on the getting the Ruckus ready for spring. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.